Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. I have a list of some random but useful tips and just things that I want to share with you guys that really don't fit in any video that I've already made or plan to make. Please take into account that all footage here is from an early access version of the demo for Monster Hunter Rise, so some things may have changed. But a lot of these are pretty cool, so they're pretty random, so I hope you enjoy. Bomb badgies are cute. I thought they were ugly and weird, but look at how they bounce when you hit them because they got the gas in their stomach. You can't beat that. Although the bow guns in the demo do not support the ammo type, there are some extra ammo types we can see in this game through the crafting list. So we go here, we see something like shrapnel ammo. I love this. Ammo that covers a wide area. Who needs accuracy when you can hit this much? It's such a great description. We can see all these other types of ammo here. But if we go over right, we're going to see something that you might recognize from Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate and the internal ammo, which is piercing elemental ammo. So we have piercing fire ammo, piercing water, piercing ice, thunder, and dragon. So I can't wait to make these and use them in the actual game. In case you are curious, there is one shortcut that I found in the ancient shrine, which is straight at camp. If you go in the back here, there is that sort of downward thing that goes to the pool area. This is something that they showed in trailers, but I was looking for it and found it here on the map. So there you go, hidden shortcuts. I am curious if there's any other ones. I haven't found them, but let me know down in comments below if you do. One of my favorite features is when you hold the L button to use like an item or go through your items, the map on the bottom left gets zoomed in. And the cool thing is here is that when you open up the detailed map and you change the filters, those filters are reflected on the actual map that you get when it zooms in. So what I like to do is I go onto the map. If you notice here, you can remove everything, but go into the details, tab over. You can do perma buffers and you can see them. But let's face it, the most useful thing in this game when it comes to collecting stuff is the endemic life. So go ahead and change the filter to other endemic life. And now anytime you just tap the L button and hold it, you can see any endemic life that is near where you're at. If you did the mounting tutorial, know that there is a spider which you can use to pretty much instantly mount a monster, and there is one in the Ancient Shrine Ruins. I don't actually think that you need this item because it's very easy to get the first mount, and a second mount is almost impossible to get no matter what you do, but there it is in case you guys were curious where to find it. Speaking of mounting, there's actually more than 2 attacks that you can do with a monster. In the tutorial, they teach you, and also through the UI, that you can do a strong attack or a weak attack, and of course the finisher if you charge up that bar. But what it doesn't tell you is that you can also hold back on the L stick and press X, or hold back and press A, and it does a separate move as well. So here we see just the basic attacks that we're seeing with the light and strong attacks. So let's go ahead here and do a strong one. It's a nice swipe, but if we hold back, he does this charge and this shoulder thrust. It's actually really hard to connect with the monster, but if you do, the back and the A button, so they're like the secret strong attack, is really powerful, and it will increase the gauge by quite a bit here. So watch this. Duksh! 145. And if you do a back evade, it puts you in very good distance actually to do this attack. So yeah, if you get on a monster, make sure that you mess around not only with the X and A, but holding back on analog stick and pressing X and A as well. There are some really cool moves that you can do. And finally, talking about mounts, I went and did nothing but aerial wire bug attacks on Arzuros after I got that first mount, and it was probably around 90% dead by the time I finally got a second one. And I even used a puppet spider on this guy as well, so do not expect to mount a monster more than once during a hunt. If you're lucky and you go for it, you'll get a second, but don't sweat it. One nice change, don't worry about grabbing all those drops, because literally I've seen them persist for well over 5 minutes. When I come back to an area after a hunt, they're still there. If you have enough stamina, you can pretty much climb indefinitely in this game if you do it right. So basically just run up until you run out of stamina and your hunter jumps off, hit the A button, and just wait for your stamina to replenish. If you have enough stamina when you're running up, one of your wire bugs will recharge while you're doing that initial run up, and you can just rinse and repeat and climb all the way up to the highest point of the game. There's a very special endemic life called the Brew Hair, which there's one of in the map, and if you're near it, you may as well grab it because it enhances the effects of potions, mega potions, rations, first aid, medical kits, and stuff like that. So on the map on the upper left between area 12 and 13, you'll find the pink rabbit-like thing or whatever it is over here. And that's it. It just takes up one spot in your helper cage, and the next 5 times you use those items, you'll get an increased effect. For a regular potion, if you watch on the top there, it's 50% more healing. So it pretty much makes it into a mega potion, and it turns mega potions into max potions. It's super convenient. After you pop 5 items, it will slip away and go away, but if you're near one of these things on the map, you may as well grab it. Here's what a normal potion looks like. It's nothing you can't compare them. While we can't use them in the demo, if you go on top of the shrine area and some other hidden areas, or just check the map, there's armored lizards, and if you kick them, they have a chance of dropping something like an earth crystal or an armor sphere, which is what I got here. So I'm happy to see even things like armor spheres, they're tying to endemic life in this game. Definitely check out the menus. They are super helpful here. So first one is Hunter Notes. If you go into here, you can see all the cool new artwork for all the different monsters in this demo, including small monsters and endemic life as well. So definitely a fun read and really nice art. But really important, you can also go into weapon controls and you can read, it doesn't have all the moves, but it does have a lot of explanations about the core moves of each weapon, some useful combos and other stuff like that. So if you're looking for a place to start, sort of like a tutorial refresher, just trying to figure out some of the key moves that you can do, it's one place to go. But the menu also has other really good things. So if you go into options and under settings, so options and then game settings, you can go down to camera and you can actually change the distance it is from you. So I like to play with it all the way out, but by default it's pretty zoomed in. So make sure to change that if you want to get sort of a bigger area of view. Also under controls, I highly suggest that you take off sheet settings, change it from auto to manual, because you're going to use wire bugs, and depending on whether your weapon is out or not, the things that you're going to want to do are going to change. And if you auto sheath right before you try to do something, it's super annoying. You can even change your player silhouette. This is something they had in Iceborne. You can change the color. So if you're playing online with other players, or if you got like a color vision thing, you can tweak the color of your silhouette, which is nice. And because so many people were asking, you can customize the daylights out of the HUD. So any element you want to hide, if not everything, you can totally do so. And there's some other options as well. So, you know, have fun if that's your thing. And finally, the last option I want to introduce to you guys is when you hold down A to ride on your Palamute, which you'll do quite a bit in this game. It takes a few seconds in order to just sort of like have it recognize it. I think they're trying to make sure that you don't have false input, but who honestly is going to accidentally hold the A button with their weapon put away, right? So if you want to make that faster, you certainly can. So in order to do that, just go to your options, go over here to the options and controls. And if you want to go down here to button hold settings, I like it on short, and all you have to do, ding, just hold A just for a second and it will work. So I don't know if there's other things in the game where this is going to get annoying or it might actually be even more helpful. But for the demo, I definitely like having it on short. And that's that. Well, that was a pretty random list, but hopefully you guys will find them helpful or at least interesting when you get your hands on the demo. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you find something else that you think other players should know about. I'd love to hear about it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.